Well, this was a bit of a screw up in the delivery. And it is a failure to communicate the changes in the standards. It confused me. I went back and watched Doug and some other speakers a couple times because they weren't as clear. The writing is not as clear. The fundamental rule of behavior modification is every behavior that we detect requires a response, period. And we know it needs a response quickly. That's why we want good supervision. We want good detection and quick response. Boom, boom. That's how you change behavior. We need to always focus on detecting good and undesired behavior. The issue is actually magnitude and response to behavior. So there are three basic responses, right? There are incentives, they change behavior. There are sanctions, they temporarily stop behavior and redirect. But that's all they do. And then there are service adjustments, which are frankly better understood as help you. They're the help you stuff. Sanctions do not, and never have, changed behavior in this target population. In other target populations, perhaps, but not this one. Because if you look at the prison records, the jail records of our people, had sanctions worked, they wouldn't be here, and yet they are. So get a clue, it doesn't work. However, sanctioning is critical. It's just how we do it. That's all. They don't change behavior otherwise. They temporarily redirect. Incentives change behavior. Teaching people, oh, that was good. Do that more. Most of the people that I dealt with over the years, they already had a doctorate in how to screw up. They didn't know how to make the next right choice. So when I catch them doing right, I say, ooh, do that again. Ooh, do that again. That is helpful for them. Now, for behavior, how we respond, and this is, I think, the message that got screwed up, for behavior that they cannot control yet, we don't take them out back and shoot them. We just say, don't do that. This isn't what we're looking for. And we give them a mild rebuke. Positive tests aren't free. You just say, that's not good. We need more treatment to help you, right? So for the stuff that's so typically behavior of someone in early remission, I don't remember things. I can't remember my name. I can't remember my court paperwork. Oh my God, you just gave me 25 appointments. What do I do? Because I only remember the last thing I heard, and that's going to be gone in a minute. For behavior they can't control yet, our sanctions have to be very mild. What we really do is deliver more support and service responses, right? And we give them more treatment and we give them more supervision to sort of prop them up and help them through the steps. Not 12 steps, but steps necessary to do better. They need more support when they hit post-acute withdrawal syndrome. They need more support when treatment starts poking around in painful stuff like trauma. They have volcanoes that sort of blow up, frankly, when we start to approach trauma. And they'll start to fight and resist or self-sabotage. And those are support issues that we're going to respond to. Support around relationship issues. Most of the people who I dealt with had very early onset of substance use disorders, which means they didn't learn all the things the rest of us learned when we were young or teenagers, that when your girlfriend or boyfriend breaks up with you, the sun will come up tomorrow and that you will survive. They don't get that, right? So they don't know how to deal with any of those things. So we have to support them through that and teach them how to do it. All of those things come up in the course of treatment with these people. They just lack skills. And so, imagine if you can't quit using, you haven't had enough medicine, and people scream and yell at you. There's just a mild comment is sufficient. A mild rebuke is sufficient. If we want to really be effective, we will say, that's not good. Let's see how we can avoid that. Mild rebuke, service response to help with memory, structure, things like that. If there's a miss, instead of focusing on the miss, how about focusing on all the good ones they made, all the appointments they made? That's teaching them how to do it again. Focus on the positive, redirect the negative. Now, if some of what they do is malice, right? Like, I tested positive because the treatment people ripped the scab off trauma and I couldn't manage and I used and then I called for help. That's one thing. If somebody decided they'd go to Vegas for the freaking weekend and got lit and loaded and they used, I'm suggesting that's another. That's a sanction. That's a direct sanction because it was malicious, it was intentional, it wasn't an oops, it was a woohoo, let's go take a vacation. That gets more than a mild rebuke. So there is always a response to behavior. It's about magnitude and what type of response it is. And if it's an undesired behavior, it always gets at least a mild rebuke. And in some cases, a really serious woodshedding.